4 benefits of believing in Al-Jannah, and that's why Allah focuses so much on Al-Jannah. The first purpose and benefit of believing in Al-Jannah is that the belief in Al-Jannah proves the justice of Allah Azza wa Jal. We said the 5th pillar of Usul al-Din is what? Al-Ma'ad, the day of judgment, Jannah and Nar, heaven and hell. The 2nd pillar of Usul al-Din is Al-Adl. We, the followers of Ahlul Bayt, believe Allah Azza wa Jal is just, and Allah Azza wa Jal does not oppress any individual. And this is not only a belief, it's a fundamental belief. It's the 2nd pillar of Islam, Usul al-Din. Now without Ma'ad, without the belief in Al-Jannah, the Adl of Allah remains incomplete. Because you see, in this dunya, the justice of Allah Azza wa Jal isn't always established. It isn't always served. How many individuals, they commit oppression, dhulm, and they get away with it. And the mazloom does not receive justice in this world, either because nobody knows about that dhulm, or because we cannot serve justice. Where do we see the justice of Allah? In the next life, in the akhirah. When Allah Azza wa Jal, He takes the evildoers and He punishes them, we see the justice. When Allah Azza wa Jal takes the good individuals, the oppressed, those that suffered, the mazlumeen, and He rewards them with Al-Jannah, this is when we see the true justice of Allah served. Point number 2, why the Quran stresses and emphasizes on Jannah, the paradise, so much, is because the belief in Al-Jannah, it eases our pain. It gives us comfort. You see, when you believe that there is a Jannah, this gives you so much comfort if you suffer in this world. For those individuals that they have to face the tyranny and oppression of the zalimeen of this world. For those individuals that have to put up with sicknesses and diseases. For those individuals that have to suffer from poverty. What gives them comfort? What gives them hope? Is that one day there will be an end to all your miseries. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will allow you to enter Jannah, and you will see unimaginable bounties and beauties and pleasures and delights. So maybe your life is terrible now, but it won't always be terrible. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will save you from this one day. So it eases the pain upon us. It makes it much more easy for us to be strong among the sufferings. So one of the benefits of the belief in Al-Jannah is that it gives us consolation. It consoles us. So this is the 2nd benefit of believing in the Jannah. The 3rd benefit of believing in Jannah, and why the Quran always speaks about the Jannah, is because the belief in Al-Jannah encourages us to do good acts, noble acts. You see, the human being knows that good and noble acts, acts of kindness, they are good within themselves, even if there's no reward. If I tell you, there's a poor person here, he has no food, give him food, give him money to buy food. You don't need reward to do that. Do I have to tell you, I'll reward you to do that? No, you know, you have aql that this is a good thing. I should do it even if there's no ajr, even if there's no reward. If I see an old man walking and he needs help, an old lady, I know I should help them. Even if there is no Jannah, even if there's no reward, because an act of kindness should be done no matter what. The human being knows that. But is his knowledge enough? No. Because the human being is, number one, many times selfish. Give to the poor. If I give to the poor, my money will become less. I want my money for myself. Unless there is a self-interest for me, why should I help the poor? Correct? The human being knows it's good to help others, but he's selfish sometimes. Other times, he's lazy. I know I should help my old neighbor and he needs help, removing his snow, plowing the snow, or raking the leaves. I know my parents need my help to do something, but sometimes I'm just lazy. I just can't, it's too difficult. I want to just sit and watch YouTube, watch the game. I want to play video games or whatever. So sometimes the laziness is what? It's too strong. So it's not enough that I know, it's good to help other people. The human being needs a more powerful enticement, a more powerful incentive and motive. This is where Allah Azza wa Jal comes and tells me, look, if you help other people, if you are kind with other people, you help the elderly, you for example, build a hospital, an orphanage, you help an orphan, poor people, any kind act that you do, if you do that, I will give you an unimaginable reward. What does this do? This will encourage me to go and help others, not for them, but for Jannah. It's also being selfish. And that's why the Quran says, in ahsantum li'anfusikum. If you do good towards others, you're doing good to yourself because you're the one that's going to benefit from Jannah. And tonight we'll speak about the fourth and final reason, benefit of why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala focuses so much on Al-Jannah, paradise, and how I can benefit from my belief in Al-Jannah. The fourth and final benefit of Al-Jannah is that when I believe in Jannah, it makes the dunya worthless in my eyes. And when the dunya becomes worthless in my eyes, I am less likely to commit a sin, a haram. Why do we commit haram? Why do we commit sins? The hadith of Al-Imam Al-Sadiq alayhi salam tells us, حُبُّ الدُّنْيَا رَأْسُ كُلِّ خَطِيئَةٍ. The love of dunya is the root cause of all evil, of all mistakes, of all mischief, all tyranny and oppression. Why do we love the dunya? Because we are so attracted by it. We see the pleasures of the dunya as so beautiful. We cannot resist the urge. We cannot resist the temptation. The taste of dunya is so beautiful in our eyes. And thus, we cannot resist it. Once we go after the dunya, we commit these mistakes. Allah Azza wa Jal knows the dunya is dangerous. So what does He do? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, look, if you stay away from the dunya, I will reward you by giving you a na'im, a blessing that is 1,000,000 times greater than the dunya. This pleasure of this dunya that you can't resist it for a short time. A few years of this dunya, and I will give you a na'im. I will give you a desire. I will give you a pleasure that is 1,000,000 times greater, and it is eternal in the Jannah. What will this do? It will make the dunya worthless in my eye. Why should I go after the dunya when I have the Jannah?